Hey guys, Scare9 here, welcome back to my channel today, and this is going to be the next installment on my quote-unquote most important series. So in this kind of series, or different videos of this type, we break down a specific thing that Bungie has added into Destiny, and we really take a look at why I think it is so important for the game and what makes it great, and why just sort of these things just mean nothing but good news for the future. Now, the focus of this video is going to be the tribute haul and everything that it has brought into Destiny within the last couple of weeks. Now, let me just tell you guys, this thing is absolutely incredible. This might be my favorite part of the entire annual pass. You know, I love to do raids. I obviously love that content, but in terms of meaning and just overall just how cool and awesome and amazing it is, the tribute haul definitely takes the cake. It is so well rounded, it is so well thought out, there are so many cool aspects to it that are going to be useful in the future and just are really damn cool right now. It really adds a lot into the game. So the tribute haul, of course, you unlock just by starting the quest on Nessus. That's pretty cool, a little nod into where we first meet Emperor Callus, and then you have to go back to Werner, just tying up this entire DLC and the entire story arc of Callus up to this point. But whenever we get there, we see that it is full of treasure, and it's essentially Callus just tempting us and pulling us closer into his side. You know, this entire journey with Callus has been about him kind of seducing the Guardians over to his side, making us his shadows, but just making us feel like the most important people in the world, and just making sure that we are on his side for the upcoming war and that sort of thing. So he makes an entire haul for us that we can fill with tributes of our trials and tribulations and successes and things that we have lost and things that we have gained, and it's very incredible. In game, there are of course 50 tributes that you can place in the haul. You can get a lot of these. I believe it is 12 or 13 by completing certain triumphs, and the rest come from buying them. Now, I would say that is kind of my one downside to the tribute haul. I would have liked a lot more of these to be kind of associated with certain actions in the game. Maybe the Eververse ones actually being tied to having a certain number of Eververse items or something like that. But that's just an example. This just seems like a way to get you to dump your mats, which is perfectly fine with me. I actually think it's the opposite of that. So a lot of people are saying, oh, Bungie wants us to get rid of our mats before Shadowkeep. I actually think this is more a product of us not having anything to spend mats on in the first place, and Bungie just giving us a source of just a place to put these mats, right? Because up to this point, they're used for upgrading armor, and other than that, they are essentially useless. So I think Bungie identified that problem and said, hey, let's give them something cool to spend their extra materials on. Everyone probably has a million by now, and thus the tribute haul system was born. Now, the tribute haul is also very awesome because it features shooting ranges, so you can go spawn any type of enemy of the 4 main races in. You can also spawn a special relic, so the Hive Sword. You can get the Vex Cranium from Eater of Worlds. You can get the Scorch Cannon for the Fallen, and then you can also get the kind of Seed Crystal from the regular Leviathan raid in the Dogs encounter. You can just mess around with all sorts of these things in there. You can also spawn unlimited ammo of any type. There's an orb generator to get any super back indefinitely, and then you of course also have access to your vault. Now, there does seem to be a 51st Triumph available as well in the future. I'm assuming this is going to be a Cade 6 statue just because they have pretty much every other NPC. They gave them their own statues. Cade 6 isn't here, so I'm assuming sometime in the Solstice of Heroes, you're going to unlock something, it'll give you a Cade statue. I could be way off base on that, but that just makes way too much sense for it not to be true in my opinion. So the tribute haul is absolutely perfect for these reasons. It gives us a way to celebrate our achievements. You unlock a lot of these things by doing things like raids and different endgame content type things, and this really just is a way to display your achievements and your feats and stuff like that. Plus, having this many materials in general it's a feat of its own, right? So even if you had to buy all your materials from Spider, it's pretty damn impressive that you were able to buy over 700 of every material just to show off some gold statues, right? And it also requires a lot of glimmer and that sort of stuff, bright dust, and just a ton of stuff. So that's quite impressive as well. Then you also get this kind of gun range that we've been asking for since like the early days of Destiny 1. This shows that Bungie is once again listening to us. They are taking our feedback very seriously, implementing it into the game, and that is of course something that is always amazing to see. This is just incredible. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, you can mess around with your relics and test different damage and things like that. This is very cool. It gives us a social space that is kind of our own unique space. Sure, you can bring a couple of people here with you, but at the end of the day, this is our space. This is sort of the version of the quote-unquote ship in orbit that a lot of people have been asking. I think it's a lot like something in Warframe. This is essentially our version of that. We have a hall full of decorations of our triumphs and achievements. It looks super awesome. There's a vault and things like that here. It's just our sort of own little personal sanctuary to go and hang out. It's very, very nice. And then finally, I think that the most perfect aspect of this is going to be the Bad Juju quest and how that ties in with this. So of course you unlock it after you unlock a certain number of tributes. You get the catalyst out of 45, but the entire other side mission is absolute perfection. It reuses different areas from the different Leviathan raids. However, it does it in a way that's really fun. For instance, the first room is a scaled up Callus's throne room. It's absolutely beautiful. You revisit the dogs encounter. You revisit the kind of exterior of the Leviathan itself. That's where you fight the final boss. This sort of thing. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is so well done. And the fact that they included only the Essentials Triumph, which is to do it solo without dying, just kind of, it wraps it all together. This is really great practice if you're looking to get to more hardcore stuff like soloing the Shattered Throne and that sort of thing. And it's really just catering to the solo player. This entire thing, it makes it so you don't always have to be with the team. Of course, like I said, some of these triumphs do have to do with raids and that sort of thing, but I feel like the underlying principle was a space for you and you alone, not for your fire team, and it's absolutely beautiful. It celebrates the player and it ties into the game amazingly, and honestly, it's almost perfect in my eyes. Like I said, I would have liked if a couple more of these triumphs or tributes would have been earned by doing things like in the game a little bit more. I mean, it's pretty damn amazing, but if they could have just tuned that a little bit more. And then the only other thing would be the kind of how the discount system works, where you can only do 4 a day. I'm not the biggest fan of that. In fact, I bought all of these things without even touching that system. So it's just kind of there. It's pretty useless at the end of the day, in my opinion, but I think that could have been tuned a little bit. But other than that, the tribute hall is absolute perfection. The quest, the other side mission, the Bad Juju, the entire field, the celebration of your individual achievements, it's absolutely beautiful. It plays into the lore very well, where now, we are kind of Callus's favorites. It seems like we are really warming up to him and he is really warming up to us. And I can see that causing a lot of problems in future DLCs. We'll just have to wait and see. But all in all, it's a beautiful space. It's just absolutely perfection in terms of an ideology and just the implementation of all of it. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the tribute hall down in the comment section below. I really do think it is one of the most important pieces of content we have gotten with the entire annual pass, both from a lore perspective as well as just from it just being so freaking cool. But let me know what you guys think once again down in the comment section below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like rating and to share it with your friends. If you're interested in watching either of the 2 videos on screen, you can click their respective annotations to be taken to them. If you're brand new to my channel, make sure there's a version of my logo on screen to be subscribed to my awesome Destiny 2 videos and live streams. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I will see you in my next video.